So my name is Cody Stufflebeam. I'm here with Pocatello Idaho Boarders, and I'm going to be teaching you how to clean your board today. Things you'll need is going to be a washcloth and a towel to dry. You're also going to want a brush for scrubbing your grip tape. For this, you want something really gentle so you don't rip up your grip tape or tear it off in any way, shape, or form. This one right here works pretty well for me. You also will want a container to keep your bearings in for when you're putting the lube on them and when you're cleaning them. Also, you're going to need some Dawn dish soap. You want to put this in a bucket like this one. Make sure you just, for cleaning your wheels and scrubbing them off as well. You're going to want some kind of lube. A lot of people use Bones Speed Cream. I use a Teflon bike chain lube for it. It really doesn't matter what you use. Just make sure you don't use stuff like WD-40 because it's really bad for your bearings. You're also going to need a skate tool or any tool that you can use to take your wheels off. Alright, so once you have all your supplies ready to go, you can start getting ready to clean your board. Today I'm going to be cleaning my Apex 40 with double concave. It's rather dirty from my recent slide jam, so it's got to be cleaned. First thing you want to do is take your board, take your skate tool, and start taking off your wheels. Be really careful to make sure you don't lose anything. Have a nice little spot to put them on, like this lid, because you don't want to lose your nuts or you don't want to lose your speed rings. A lot of people will use like a screwdriver to take off their bearings, but I always just use like the little prong off of my trucks. Just put the wheel, the bearing hole in there, and then just leverage it out. Just like that. Next thing we're going to do is, since I have these ones right here, these Bone Super Reds, I'm going to have to take off the protective cover here. So you just got to take it in there like so. Just find the edges, dig it underneath. You just want to pop it right off just like that, expose the balls inside. So if you have the stock ABEC bearings that most boards come with, especially like Sector 9 boards, you just want to remember that they won't have this protective seal on them. You have to just let them soak in the lube that you're using so it can just get in there on its own, because you won't be able to directly apply it. Alright, so now I got all the covers off of my bearings. I'm going to take them and start putting them into this little container here. Now I'm going to take my Teflon lube here, put it up, and I'm going to start trying to just put it so it squeezes right into my bearings. Let them just kind of soak in it for a little while. Now while I'm letting these soak and I'm letting my wheels soak, I'm going to take my board and start working on the grip tape. Now some people will use like a toothbrush for this, but I think that takes way too long, but it's generally a good idea because they've got soft bristles. So if you're happening to go out and looking for a scrub brush, kind of try to compare it to like a toothbrush. You want it to just be really gentle so it's not tearing anything up. And then for this, I'll take this same bucket of Dawn dish soap over here that my wheels are soaking in. I'm just going to dab it in there, get it nice and wet. And be real gentle, just nice little circles, and you want to do like a small section at a time, just because my grip tape job I'll do from like here to here, and then I'll do the nose, and just do it in sections because you don't want water to sit on your board for far too long. It's really bad for your grip tape. Now I'll take my towel, try not to tear up the towel by rubbing it all over. You just kind of want to dab at it. Pull right up. See if you need to redo any spots on there. See, this is this section compared to this section. You can see a big difference. Alright, so now at this point you want to start reassembling everything and drying things off. So we're going to start with these wheels here. Pull them out each individually. Dry them off, scrub them a little bit. See how our bearings are doing. See, starting to get in there and soak into the bearings, get it all over on the balls. Just make sure that it's had good enough time to soak in there, get everything. Start pulling these out. You don't want to wipe all of your lube off, you just want to just kind of dab it, get the wheels so it's not getting lube all over the place inside your wheels. You also want to come and you want to clean this part of your trucks right here, because you'll get this gunk in here that'll make your speed rings really stick to the trucks, especially if you do a lot of sliding, and you want to get that out of there. Now right after you've done a cleaning of your board and your bearings, like the lube is still in there and it's still settling, so you might not get the most optimum spin that you're expecting to get right after you clean it, so don't stress out too much about that. It'll just take a little while for it to set, dry, before it's going to start spinning like you want it to. Alright, so now you got your board all nice, new and clean. All the wheels are on there, spinning good. And now you're ready to go out there and enjoy that fresh GNAR.